Chortles leapt out of Chelsea's arms and crawled up my leg. He wedged himself firmly in the crook of my arm and nestled his head into my chest. "He likes you," she said. He certainly appeared to have taken a shine to me. "Yeah, you must remind him of his mother," Eddie said, and everyone laughed. "That's it!" Paul screamed. "What? Josh is a monkey's mother?" Eddie was still laughing. "No, that's why the monkeys were chasing us. We had the baby we had the baby and they wanted it back," Paul said. "The monkeys even took our walkie-talkie." That explains the grunts Eddie and I heard coming from their walkie-talkie. "Yeah, we lost our walkie-talkie too," Marina said. "The donkey stepped on it," Bria explained. "That still doesn't explain the baby monkey," Eddie said. "Yeah, that's weird. How did it get in my backpack?" Manny asked. "Oh, I know. Remember when we were checking Big Cat Country and you were gathering all those bananas because you said that you could fry them for us later in the kitchen? You said they were called planktons? Maybe the baby was watching you and wanted those bananas for himself," Paul reminded Manny. "What? You were going to serve us fried planktons? Are you crazy? You can't eat planktons. They are tiny microorganisms that live in water. Why would you do that?" Marina asked angrily. "Yeah, not cool, Manny," Eddie chimed in. "I thought Plankton was the mean guy on SpongeBob, isn't he?" Chelsea asked. "Yes, he is. Why were you going to serve us the mean guy?" Paul asked. "Mean guy or sea micro thingies. Either way, still not cool, Manny," Eddie summed up what everyone was feeling. Manny was silent. He looked a little hurt, but also a little confused. "Do you have something to say to us, Manny?" Marina asked. Manny cleared his throat and said, "I'm not sure what to say. I never said plankton. I said plantains. They are like bananas. My Nana used to make them for us all the time. They are really tasty. I thought you guys would like them." "Oh, that does sound good," Eddie said. "Are you still going to do it? Because I could eat some right now." "Eddie, no, we have more pressing problems," Marina exclaimed. They all looked at me. Chortles was sleeping peacefully in the crook of my arm. Little snores were emitting from his tiny body. "You're right, Marina. We need a new plan. One that involves getting the baby back to the monkeys," Eddie said. "Yes, you're right, Eddie," Marina said. Everyone looked at her. This might be one of the first times Marina and Eddie agreed with each other right away. "If we give the baby back, the monkeys will retreat." "True, but we have to do more than that. We have to make sure that all the monkeys are safe and secure back on their island," Eddie added. "Wait a minute. We don't have to do that. We just have to give the baby back. Then our problems are solved with the monkeys. You just want to keep this adventure going, don't you?" Marina asked Eddie. "So, you admit it's an adventure. I knew it. I knew this was an adventure. Probably the greatest one we ever had, huh, Josh?" He looked in my direction. I was afraid to respond. Marina looked away in disgust. Her agreement with Eddie was over as fast as it started. I guess I needed to say something that would diffuse the situation a bit. "Maybe we don't have to get them back on the island," I offered. "I'm listening," Eddie said. "What if we just rounded them up somewhere safe, where they would all be together? Would that be okay for everyone?" I said. Heads were nodding in agreement, except Eddie. He was actually scratching his chin like he was seriously considering it. We were waiting for his response. It was taking forever. Finally, I couldn't take the silence. "Eddie!" I screamed, jarring Eddie from his internal thoughts. "What?" Eddie said, looking straight at me. "Do you agree or not?" "Actually, I do. And I know the perfect place to trap them all." Eddie's lips formed an almost sinister smile, just like an evil genius. Even little Chortles tossed in his sleep.